morning, sources say that the Election Commission has asked the centre to remove photographs of Prime Minister Narendra Modi from COVID vaccination certificates and to follow the Model Code of Conduct guidelines in letter and spirit. Now, this, remember, follows a complaint by the Trinamool Congress to the Election Commission against Prime Minister Narendra Modi's photographs on vaccination certificates, along with a message. Sources say that in a letter to the Home Ministry, the Election Commission said that the Model Code of Conduct must be followed in letter and spirit in poll-bound states. Joining us on the broadcast, my colleague Vaidyanathan, who is breaking the details of this story. Vaidya, this is a very significant development. The TMC, of course, had raised this as a concern with the Election Commission, that when the Model Code of Conduct is in place, you can't have the Prime Minister's photograph on vaccination certificates.
Yes, actually, once the elections are announced, the poll code or model code comes into effect. So you might have seen in the poll-bound states, the statues of the leaders, even the Prime Minister's photo at the petrol bunks, all have been covered. That's a standing instructions. So when the photo appeared on the vaccination certificate, then TMC raised this issue. And then after that, the poll panel started a report
from... Can you hear us?
Yeah, can you hear me?
All right, we'll try and connect with my colleague Vaidyanathan in just a bit. The Election Commission sources, remember, have said that since the vaccination certificates across the country carry the Prime Minister's photograph, the Health Ministry should find a way not to carry the PM's photos in poll-bound West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Assam and Puducherry. So what essentially has happened is that after the TMC complaint, the Election Commission has sought a report from the West Bengal Chief Electoral Officer and then a report from the Union Health Ministry. It then wrote to the Health Ministry calling for the removal of the Prime Minister's photographs in the poll-bound states. So the rest of the country will perhaps still be seeing photographs of the Prime Minister. All right, I do believe Vaidyanathan is back with us. Vaidyanathan, can you hear us?
Yeah, go ahead.
Right, we lost you while you were giving us the details of what really the Election Commission has said.
See, basically what happens once the elections are announced, either in states or in parliament elections, the poll code or model code comes into effect. So, as per the guidelines issued way back, PM's photographs in the petrol bunk or anywhere, that should all be covered. So, based on that, TMC raised this objection and wrote to the Election Commission saying that PM's photographs appear on the COVID vaccination certificate, which is against the model code, it should be removed. So, after that, the poll panel sought a report from the West Bengal Chief Electoral Officer and also a report from the Health Ministry. So after examining that, now the poll panel has written a letter to the Health Ministry saying that you please follow the complete poll code in letter and spirit. So sources also said that, this program vaccination certificate is across the country. So PM's photographs can appear in other states except these 5 states where polls are going. So for this, Health Ministry will have to find a way in this app or in its program to block PM's photo only in these states, West Bengal, Tamil Nadu, Assam, Kerala, and Puducherry. So probably it may take a little time. So EC has told the Health Ministry, please block photograph of the PM in these 5 states, and accordingly you alter your software. So that will have to be done. So finally, PM's photo won't be appearing in the vaccination certificate on in the poll-bound states.
All right.